Beyond all time, beyond all space, in every moment, in every place, in every country, in every face, it doesn't matter where, God's love is there. Hey boys and girls, my name is Terry York. I live in Waco, Texas. My wife Jana and I have 2 kids and 3 grandchildren, and it is a delight to have those grandchildren living right here in Waco, Texas, near us. When I'm not having fun with my grandkids, my work is to be Associate Dean at Truett Seminary, which is a part of Baylor University, home of the Baylor Bears. I also am a professor at Truett Seminary at Baylor University. I teach people who are going to be pastors, people who are going to be missionaries, people who are going to be youth ministers and children's ministers. They all come here to Truett Seminary, and when they come, it's my joy and it's my work to help them get ready for doing that in a church, maybe even your church someday. The reason I'm visiting with you today is because I'm a poet, and I want to share with you why I'm a poet and how much I love writing poetry. The poetry I write usually ends up being a song for a choir anthem, or maybe even being a hymn to be used by the congregation in worship. I love writing poetry because I think when a poem is well written, it helps the people who hear it, or the people who read it, or the people who get to sing it when it becomes a song. It helps those people do their own thinking about God and have their own worship time with God. So I'm really helping people most of whom I will never even see. That's why I write poetry. That's why I write poetry that's going to be words to songs when some composer gets those words, sets them to music. I get inspired to write poetry when I see and hear things that make me think about God in a special way. And it's that thinking about God in a special way that I start to write down, try to capture it in words. So the inspiration for poetry comes from several different places. And I'm always watching and always listening for when the next inspiration might come and when the next idea of a poem might come. Now, it's interesting to know that sometimes I see beautiful things, sometimes I hear important conversations or hear sermons, and I simply take it into myself and enjoy it. But sometimes those very same things, the beauty, what I hear spoken, what I hear sung, what I read, sometimes those things come and I get the idea, and I think it's from God, write about this. And that's where the poetry comes from. You've probably been singing Beyond All Time. That's a song for which I wrote the words, and a song that you're learning so that you can use it in worship at your church. Beyond all time. We can't find a time where God is not there. In the past, in the present, in the future, we can't find a place where God is not present. God is everywhere. And there's nothing we have done or can do that will keep God from loving us. That's what this song is all about as far as I'm concerned, having written the words for it. But I would be interested to know, what does it mean to you? Maybe you've had that discussion in your choir rehearsal time already, or it's something you can think about by yourself. What do these words, beyond all time, what do those words mean to you when you think about how much God loves you? I would like to encourage you to think about writing poetry. That's right, you could do it. I would like to encourage you to think about hearing things or seeing things, recognizing an idea that comes to you from seeing beautiful things. One of the ways I like to think about writing poetry, and maybe this will work for you, is to paint a picture with words. I'll get an idea and I try to paint an idea of that picture, not just explain it, but to paint an idea with words as paint. Paint this idea that says, here's something more to think about. Started with that idea, started with that inspiration, started with that thought, but it starts to grow, it starts to get bigger, and I paint a larger picture with words. You can do the same thing. Just like a flower opening up in the morning when the sun comes up. Just like a rainbow coming down out of the sky, or the sun appearing in the sky as the clouds begin to move away. An idea that's there and it becomes a little more obvious, a little more beautiful, a little more important to you. You can do that. You can do that with words. When those special words come and you notice them as special, when the special ideas come and you think, I need to do something with that. I need to write about that. You can do it. I'm Terry York, and I'm a poet.